Hey, coming up on this edition of Talk of the Town, we're going to sit down with Norm Blanchard of CIC. Also in to talk to us will be John Harmon from Habitat for Humanity, and we're going to talk with Stephanie Pfalzgraf and Misty Smith, talking about a volunteer fair coming up here in Guernsey County. This edition of Talk of the Town.
From the U.S. Bank Studios in downtown Cambridge, Ohio, it's Talk of the Town.
Hey, welcome to a new edition of Talk of the Town, and we're going to have a nice show this week I think you'll be interested in. And the first guest we have on this show is Norm Blanchard. Norm, how you doing?
Good, Jim. Good to be back here.
I kind of said Norm like cheers. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember
Norm!
You're supposed to slide a beer down the bar.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't have any beer today. I got a king carpet water, though. Would you like a king carpet?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay.
Good start, right?
I'm kind of into marketing. I don't know if you knew that or not. Marketing. Okay. Norm,
where do you want to start?
You're head of the CIC.
Yeah.
People know that, I think. A lot of people. Most of our viewers. And so you've got your finger on the hot button, man. You know what's happening in this town. You know what's going on.
We try to know all we can, Jim, because we're always asked, you know?
I'm telling you, man. Kmart moved out.
Yeah.
Rural King come in and painted a building, it appeared. And this is from the guy on the street, okay? I don't know anything.
Absolutely.
And now it's like, okay, what happened?
Well, it's a sad part about some of these people. They want to be very private about it. They'll call us, and we talk to people a long time before they make an announcement. Mm-hmm. This one happened backwards. They came right in, announced we're coming to Cambridge.
Yeah.
And they had the original plan. I think that's a 140,000 square foot building. They were going to use 90 of it. Said we have 50 available, so we started calling Kroger's and Kohl's and everybody we thought might go in there. Then all of a sudden we get a call and saying, you know, you guys are, we're considering you along with 18 other sites. We're going to put 2 stores in 2 of those 18.
Wow.
So now, and then we're told now the decision's going to be 2021.
Oh, jeez.
Goodman Realty is they're doing the outlots. And so we've tried to contact with them and see what we could put in there. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they sold off some of the property to Starbucks and Chipotle and Great Clips, which is nice.
People are digging it.
Oh, they are.
My wife's been to Starbucks already.
Well, I never go by there, but what there's not a line. And I always worry that, you know, at our size, something like that might hurt like a Tim Hortons. But I think they're doing pretty well, too. I try to pay attention to all that stuff. But and the biggest thing, of course, we got going is at the Guernsey Power Station.
That thing's huge. Drive down 77, stop at the rest area, and look across the interstate.
Well,
man.
It's the biggest in the United States. So I mean,
is it really?
It's the largest gas-fired power plant in the United States.
Wow.
So it will be, and I mean, just to give you some of the stats on it real quick, they're of course it's on mine land, so they've got to grout those mines, and they do it by putting pillars into the ground.
That's what they're doing because I saw the trucks out there putting the grout in the ground.
That's what they're doing.
Okay.
About 2,000 holes they're drilling, and each one of them is supposed to take about 96,000 cubic feet of concrete, and it's about doubling that. It's just really massive. In fact, they've run out of the grout. They've had to go find fly ash somewhere else. And but it's moving along. They're overcoming those kind of barriers, and they've got the foundation folks are coming in at the end of this month to begin looking at the foundations. They expect the equipment to start moving in somewhere toward the end of the summer.
Wow.
But
that's a huge project down there. I live just north of there. So,
you know, Jim, we struggle at the CIC trying to find development sites. That was one we had looked at. I don't know what they ended up paying for that property, but at the time we were looking at it, it was right around $28,000 an acre. You know, and then when you have to put $15 million into the mines underneath, it just makes it difficult and frustrates us because we like to think that every time we can bring a new company in, it's a win, and so we're working really hard to figure out. In fact, we got $1.5 million grant to do the same kind of a grouting process within our business park. But that just prepared 10 acres. So you can imagine when you're trying to prepare 100. That's costing.
Man. That's just incredible.
People companies have more money than God, I guess. They just do.
Well, and you've got a tough job down here. You know, down here I say, I was raised up north where it's flatter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, people wonder why aren't these new businesses moving in? Well, look at your backyard. Would you want to build a building back there on a hill? I mean,
and the hills are the easy part because bulldozers will take those down.
Yeah.
It's just the mines and the flooding issues. We looked at several several nice properties, one of which we were really marketing to a company and then we put the floodplain map over it, and there wasn't an area dry as big as this rug.
Yeah.
And so that it makes a couple problems. Number one, you got to build above that. Then number two, that's usually soft soil, so that's got to be removed and replaced. I mean, the classic example is Buffalo Wild Wings. If you watch that process.
Yes.
Remember, they had to knock off they had a truck that was actually below ground when that's how deep they had to go to take off the mine spoils and replace it with engineered filled. So those are kind of the things that we are up against. And I hate to even talk about it. It sounds like we're making excuses but
no.
It's just the reality of it.
Right.
And,
now, engineering-wise, I'm going to touch on something here on 209 there, right at the exit there off of 70. It used to be the Burger King. It used to be the bus stop.
Yes.
Now it's a pilot station. And I get my gas there, Norm. I really do. And
you're one of those guys. Huh?
And for me, it's easy to get in and out with a little car. But if I'm in a truck and I'm from out of state and I get out there on 209 and I think I'm going to Wheeling and I'm going to make a right and I find out the entrance is on the left, now I'm blocking the whole... If you drive down 209, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly.
What's the deal, man? Are we going to get this taken care of? Last I heard, there were some college students trying to dream up the engineering part of it.
Way back when that first became an issue, and I tell you when it really became an issue, when the guy built the Fairfield Inn. The original plan for him was to build a Fairfield Inn, a small strip mall, and then a Candlewood Suites, which was going to be extended stay. And his engineers estimated it would throw another 800 cars a day into that intersection with Dozer Road.
So that's back Dozer Road. Yeah.
There you go. So what we did right away is call ODOT and say, look, you got to do something about this. And ODOT came down and had 2 or 3 different solutions, none of which, the first one was to take Dozer Road and bend it around to be toward the south and come out nose to nose with Kmart, what was Kmart then, with a light, and that way you wouldn't have all that cross traffic right there. Well, that was going to cost just under $6 million without buying the property, and Keith Kimball owns the property. He wasn't going to be cheap. Okay. The next thing they came up with was the possibility of bending an exit right around where and just heading directly east. Well, you can't do that. It was 4 different permits, including wetlands, Indiana bat, and 2 or 3 of that wasn't practical. So the last one they came up with, the most inexpensive, was to come down and put a roundabout where the entrance is at the current, what's left of the entrance to Kmart, right next to Starbucks. They would put a roundabout there. None of those materialized. And the fact of the matter is, they did several traffic surveys. We average about 1 fender bender a month. The good thing, none of them are fatal. The bad thing is they look at accident rates in order to judge what they're going to do with a specific.
Is that right?
Yeah, that was one of the things. We did actually 2. Dell had one done, Dell George, when he was here, and ODOT. Both of them it was a 3-year study, 33 accidents. So you're looking at roughly. So
not enough to worry about in their mind.
Not enough to worry about in their mind.
And so we're not going to get any changes, Norm. Right now.
I don't happen to have $8 or $9 million. If I did, we would certainly try to get her done.
Okay. Well, I didn't know what your bank account was like. What else you want to touch on? I've pretty much led this conversation, and I didn't mean to, and we've only got like a minute left.
Well,
or less.
Glad to be here.
What'd you come up for, Norm? Just to get beat up by me?
Yeah, that was it.
Good, I appreciate that. I do like to do that.
We did finish the Potter Davis building. That was a nice shot in the arm for downtown. $4.5 million.
Man, my wife works in that building every now and then.
It's gorgeous. It really, they did Bicon Service. They did a great job with.
We got to get Jim up here to talk about it someday.
Yeah, you should. He's really, of course, he was great to work with, and we came through really well financially with that project, and it ended up being $4.3 million is what it was. And that place was a mess when we moved in. It's beautiful.
I'm surprised you only spent that.
Yeah.
Because I heard the basement, they took boats down there to get it fixed.
They did. When I looked at that, my hair started, I didn't get more hair color.
I think we better stop now, Norm.
That's probably a good time to stop.
Norm Blanchard, thanks for coming up, man.
Glad to be here, Jeff.
Yeah, and anytime you want to come up, you come up and rant and rave.
Adam knows. He has an inside with our office.
I know. I know Nancy. So we'll just mention her blatantly on the air. All righty. Hey, we'll be back after these messages.
Talk of the Town will be right back.
Learning Jungle on Main Street, formerly Main Street School Supply, is located in downtown Cambridge, just west of the courthouse on Wheeling Avenue. They have a huge selection full of educational resources and toys that teach as well as entertain. They feature a large inventory of gifts for children of all ages, and you just have to check out their selection of stuffed animals, puppets, games, and so much more. The Learning Jungle on Main Street, downtown Cambridge, has layaway for your convenience and is the area's only specialty toy store. A world of knowledge is waiting for you at their front door.
The Old Country Loft in Byesville is full of quality country primitives and a whole lot more. Ruth Dixon and her crew bring you the things you need to decorate your home with country charm and warmth. The Old Country Loft, corner of Main and Glass Avenue, Byesville.
Cambridge is more than just a town. This is our home.
Supporting downtown Cambridge means shopping at the places we love with the people we love.
For the stuff we can't get anywhere else.
Food that tastes like home.
And personal service from people who know your name.
The money we spend here will keep our town growing.
Let's all shop small for our town.
The home we love.
And the uniqueness that makes Cambridge
a great place to live, work, and play.
Check out Talk of the Town on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/YRPTV and be sure to subscribe.
Hey, welcome back to Talk of the Town. We're sitting down with John Harmon of Habitat for Humanity here in Guernsey County. John, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you, Jim.
You guys kind of getting it up. Been some changes at Habitat for Humanity recently and doing
We've had some changes in the board.
Yeah.
And we're about ready to start building a new house in the spring for a partner family.
Ah, cool.
And we're looking for more members to serve on the board and more members to get involved in all aspects of running an organization like Habitat for Humanity.
Good deal. How long has it been in Guernsey County?
We started in 1990. A group of people included Dr. Quentin Nauer and Mary Nauer, Dale Miller, Tim Bryan, who's a local contractor, Lisa Pugh was at the high school, Julie Orsini was at the junior high, Dale Miller, and we talked a lot about it because I was interested in it too, but I wasn't willing to serve on the board at that time. And I had two young daughters and was otherwise occupied.
Sure,
so
it's a commitment.
They started the organization, and the Nauers were longtime supporters of Habitat for Humanity here.
Okay, cool. And so basically you build home, first of all, talked about partner family. Now you're talking about a partner family. Is that how you find people to build for? Is that what this is?
These are the people that are interested in owning their own home. They're interested in putting sweat equity based on their abilities, and we have volunteers that help them. They actually build their own home.
Okay, cool.
And with our volunteers, we have trained people that help them.
Yeah.
And they do all the aspects of building from the ground up. Whatever their capabilities are, we adjust to that. So they're actually participating in the building of the home.
That'd be great, yeah. So you've got plenty of volunteers, not plenty, I shouldn't say it that way. You need volunteers all the time, but your volunteers are actually building these homes. It's not just the board of directors, you've got several people helping you out.
That's correct.
Okay, so
we have a local plumber and a local electrician that help us out.
Okay.
We contract out the foundation. We're generally doing poured wall foundations now.
Okay.
We have heating and air conditioning people, and then we have the volunteers that just come along and
do the painting
decide they want to help. We're sitting in the bank building. The bank often sends a crew of people down to help out with whatever needs to be done that day, maybe put up insulation inside the house.
Yeah.
We've had people help erect the walls. We limit the number of people that go up on the roof because that's one of the dangerous aspects of of construction.
Yeah, I used to be a roofer, so yeah, I won't go up on a roof any longer.
So,
8-foot ladder gives me trouble.
We also need, in addition to volunteers that help with the construction process, we need volunteers to help with the work of a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
We are a 501c3 organization.
Sure.
So we need people to serve on the board. We need people to contact people. We need people at our local churches. We need people to help identify the people that might be interested in being one of the homeowners.
Sure.
There are income guidelines, and I don't have the numbers right off the top of my head.
And that's why you need administrative people on the board, right?
That's it.
You're not one of them. You're not on.
Yes.
You're not the one to do the secretarial
stuff. I don't know the financial details there.
There you go.
We need somebody also who will research all the requirements for being affiliated with Habitat for Humanity International, and keep us up to date on all compliance issues.
Sure.
Laws. We need a what's called a qualified loan originator. We need all kinds of people.
Sure.
But our partner families are people that have an incentive to own their own home. They have the capacity to put that sweat equity in. If they have some physical limitations, we'll work with them to see what they are capable of doing. They have to have that desire to own their own home.
Sure.
And they take some counseling with financial things to make sure that they can pay for the materials that go into the home. That's done with a no-interest mortgage.
I see. Okay.
Usually for 20 years.
Okay, so the home isn't totally
it's
free.
Very, very affordable. Not free at all.
Okay.
No. We do appreciate donated materials that help lower the cost
Yeah.
for people.
But when you're building,
price.
your labor is half the cost usually, or more. So you're
Yes.
getting a lot of that labor donated is what
Yes.
we're talking about here.
Yes.
So the materials have to be purchased. How many homes have been built here in Guernsey County since it's been happening? Do you know?
I don't know the exact number.
Okay.
I worked on the first dozen houses. We have sold a couple of those. The people had opportunities outside of the community and had to sell them, but we got them off to a good start. We currently have 14 active mortgages.
Okay.
So 14 families that
That are living in homes that were built by.
And we have one lined up for the spring. As soon as we get a bunch of paperwork done, we'll be ready to get started on that.
Is it here in town, or can you give me not an address, but
We're expecting it to be in town.
Okay.
We have built houses in Byesville. We built a house on Lyric Ridge Road out in the country.
Okay.
Past Center. We've built on the south side of town here and on the west end.
Okay, cool. Anything else you want to talk about, John? Well, let's talk about, do you want to go public with that cell phone number if people want to get a hold of you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, go right ahead.
We're in the process of changing some of our contact information. So our phone number is 740-432-3441. But you'll get an answering machine. If you want to call me directly, I'm John Harmon at 740-680-1424.
Okay, and that's if you want to volunteer on the board, if you want to volunteer with the organization in any capacity, give you a call, see what's happening.
Absolutely.
You need some help, and I think it's a great cause. Have you ever met Jimmy Carter?
I have not met him, but I did hear him speak at the 25th anniversary celebration in Indianapolis the weekend after 9/11.
Yeah, he's a great guy to keep doing this in his age, and he's still out there. So,
the local example was Quentin Nauer and Mary Nauer, who volunteered on every house as long as they were able to, and were very instrumental in building this organization.
My wife's a nurse, and she's in the past worked with Quentin, so and spoke very highly of him. Nice guy. So
yes.
Anyway, thanks.
We need more people.
That's right, John. Thanks for coming up. We appreciate it. It's nice meeting you. And you need to get a hold of him or somebody in the organization if you want to volunteer and be part of Habitat for Humanity. It's a great cause. I've seen some of the homes, and they do good work. We'll be right back after these messages.
Talk of the Town will be right back. Bundy-Law Funeral Home has worked since 1924 to earn the confidence of the families they have served and continue their commitment to the community. They offer a complete range of quality services, from funerals to cremation, and honor all faiths and customs. The staff at Bundy-Law understands you need to know all the available options to make the right decisions for your family. A price list is available upon request, and they invite your comparisons. You will make the right choice when you choose Bundy-Law Funeral Home.
U.S. Bank is the 5th largest bank in the country, and while being recognized nationally for their strength and stability, they continue to provide hometown service. At U.S. Bank, they provide a variety of products and services for your consumer and small business needs, such as free checking with internet banking, loans and lines of credit, and free financial planning services. At U.S. Bank, they're proud to support the growth and development of their communities by helping local business owners achieve success.
For a show schedule of upcoming guests and to watch past episodes, go to yourradioplace.com.
Welcome back to Talk of the Town. In this segment, we got a couple folks sitting here. We got Stephanie Pfalzgraf from Hospice, as well as Misty Smith from Area Agency on Aging 9.
Yep.
How you doing?
Very nice to meet you.
Misty and Stephanie, how you doing? You got a volunteer fair coming up, and you guys are joining efforts, I understand.
Yes.
What's happening?
On February 13th, we're getting together and we've invited local agencies and organizations to come down to Area Agency on Aging, and we're trying to recruit volunteers to come help out all the organizations that need volunteers.
Okay, so you're kind of coordinating and letting people know where they could volunteer if they'd like to.
Yes.
And there's several people in town that could use volunteers. I guess I never realized Area Agency hired or needed volunteers, I should say.
Yeah, we accept volunteers from high school up to retirement age. We need people in to help with office work, helping with informational packets, putting them together, just doing different tasks around the office. Also, we offer internships for local colleges and things for social work, nursing programs, and things like that.
Great. And that's exactly what Area Agency does. They basically provide services for folks, elderly, low income, if you will. I only say this because my wife works there. I'm not that educated. But you're providing services to the folks out in the community, and volunteers aren't going to go out to those homes necessarily. You need them to do administrative things in the office.
Yeah,
to kind of help the.
We have like a farmers market coming up that they're working on program that they can help with that, and we have the older adult extravaganza where we need volunteers to help with that type of stuff too.
Okay.
So in office and out of office type things.
And Stephanie, Hospice now. I'm currently still a volunteer for Hospice of Guernsey. And it could be a different situation there. Volunteers are needed in all aspects.
Yeah, and it's really becoming something that a lot of people aren't as involved in anymore. Busy lives, we don't have a whole lot of time. But it's amazing to know that even just a few hours a month can make a difference in somebody's life. We have our volunteers do a range of different things, from office work to providing respite for our hospice families. There is an extensive background check and things that we put our volunteers through, as I'm sure is necessary, because we don't want just anybody providing those services. But there's just so much that one person can do to make a difference in our community by volunteering. So we're really trying to have this event to let other people know just how much we can do to help the lives of people around our area.
And it's very rewarding. I've made the statement before, I kind of like my volunteerism better than my job. And it's true. I enjoy going out and helping in the community and doing different projects. And like I say, with Hospice, you actually interact with the patients in some cases, and it's helping them out. Somebody that's bedridden, not going anywhere for a while,
Right.
They can just somebody to sit there and talk to them.
And we have such wonderful volunteers. They have dedicated a lot of their time to our mission and providing services to these families. It's just amazing to hear the stories that they come back with, especially with our veteran-to-veteran program. We have veteran volunteers that will go out and do services for our veteran patients. And the connection that happens between those individuals is just something that words can't describe.
Yeah.
And it's just a wonderful thing, and it makes you feel so great to volunteer and to do something for someone else.
Yes, and like you said, it doesn't take a lot of time. Maybe you're going to go sit in somebody's home for an hour, so the husband or wife can go to the store, if nothing else, Now, down at Area Agency, and we want to talk more about the event itself, because we do want people to come out. Let's mention, again, when it is, Thursday, February 13th.
Yep.
So you got it from 2 to 5 p.m.
Yes.
Now, Area Agency down here, it's a lockdown. I know that. You can't go in. I can't even go in and say hi to my wife. And it used to be, it was fine. I would walk in, and there's a lot of HIPAA stuff going on these days, and I realize why I'm not allowed in the building. But
You can come in from the main street,
Yes.
and it's not locked, and then just come up to the secretary, and she'll
Yeah,
get you where you
and
need
she'll
to
let
go.
you know where to go. The building has been refurbished. Norm Blanchard
Yes.
was on earlier in this show, and he mentioned the fact that building has been refurbished, and it's beautiful in
It
there.
is.
It's amazing. You got some beautiful rooms, and I'm sure this will take place in one of those conference rooms or
Our
something.
large conference room in the front doors, yep.
Yeah, so-
We have plenty of parking. They can park on the main street or back behind the building. There's parking, so yep, just come on down.
And refreshments will be provided, so you're going to have like steak dinner and
We wish.
Finger sandwiches and stuff like that.
so are you guys the two that are coordinating all this?
Yes, we're working together along with our Hospice of Guernsey volunteer coordinator, Kathy Williams.
Okay.
And if any organization would like to be part of this event, if they would like to come and talk about their volunteer programs, just get a hold of us, call Misty or call our office, and we would be happy and more than welcome to have you come in and talk about what your agency has to offer.
Okay, and I know the hospice number 740-432-7440. And I don't know the agency's number.
They can email me at msmith@aaa9.org.
That's easy enough. Thank you both for coming up. Good luck with the event. And like I said, I will continue to be a volunteer in several organizations, and it's a very rewarding thing to do.
Yeah.
And it can be educational as well. If you don't know what hospice is all about, it's nice to find out what it is. It's a good program and a much needed program in that person's time of their life. So anyway, thanks for coming up.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much for coming up. Misty, Stephanie.
And thank you for
thanks
what you've
again.
done.
Nice to see you again. And that'll do it for this segment, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Talk of the Town will be right back.
Learning Jungle on Main Street, formerly Main Street School Supply, is located in downtown Cambridge, just west of the courthouse on Wheeling Avenue. They have a huge selection full of educational resources and toys that teach as well as entertain. They feature a large inventory of gifts for children of all ages, and you just have to check out their selection of stuffed animals, puppets, games, and so much more. The Learning Jungle on Main Street, downtown Cambridge, has layaway for your convenience and is the area's only specialty toy store. A world of knowledge is waiting for you at their front door. U.S. Bank is the 5th largest bank in the country, and while being recognized nationally for their strength and stability, they continue to provide hometown service. At U.S. Bank, they provide a variety of products and services for your consumer and small business needs, such as free checking with internet banking, loans and lines of credit, and free financial planning services. At U.S. Bank, they're proud to support the growth and development of their communities by helping local business owners achieve success.
And that'll do it for this edition of Talk of the Town. As you can see, we had Norm Blanchard in here, and I beat him up a little bit about what's happening in Guernsey County. Also, we had John Harmon come up, talk to us about Habitat for Humanity. And Stephanie Pfalzgraf and Misty Smith was in to talk to us about a volunteer fair coming up here soon. And that'll do it for this edition of Talk of the Town.